it comes to taking photos, people often misunderstand the concept of photography in general. A lot of people think you need the best camera, the best lens, and you can't use your phone. That's not the case though. For example, I have the Canon T7 with the 50mm lens, and this setup for me is great. It's quite affordable. And I also use my iPhone. That's also what I'm filming this video on. So don't let anyone tell you that gear is the most important thing. To me, the most important thing when it comes to photography is knowing your settings and what your gear that you currently have is truly capable of. So before you decide to upgrade your gear and get a more expensive brand camera or get into debates about Sony or Nikon or Canon, this one's better than that one, that's not always the case. In all honesty, a phone, an iPhone, even an Android, is just as capable of taking a good photo than any other brand. You just have to know how to use the settings to your advantage. I said all of that to say this. Today I wanted to discuss some photography tips that'll help you enhance your photography experience, whether you're just starting out or you're a professional. I've been taking photos for just over 10 years. I don't consider myself a professional, but I will like to admit I do know what I'm doing, what settings to use for whatever photo it is that I'm trying to capture, or however I'm trying to make my scene appear, even before I put the photos into Lightroom to start editing them, or just to make minor changes to get that true appearance in the photo that I want. The first thing you should know is the exposure triangle. What that is your aperture, your shutter speed, and your ISO. Once you learn these things, you can also learn how lighting plays a key role in how your photos come out once they're captured. The best time of day to take a photo is either sunrise or sunset. In the peak of the day, when the sun is at its highest point, you're going to get a lot of harsh light in your photos, while capturing photos early in the morning will give you that blue, sometimes warm tone to make your photos look more cool. Now, during sunset, you'll get a more warm, natural earth tone to your photos. So you can pick and choose what time of day is best for you to capture photos. Learning how to edit your photos can be quite a task, but with Lightroom, you have plenty of tutorials and several features that you can try and experiment with. Therefore, you can get that true quality photo that you want, whether that be boosting the shadows and lowering the highlights, or even changing the whole color of the photo, whether it be something in the shadows, highlights, or even the midtones. It just depends on the look you want, as I've mentioned already. Another helpful thing that you can do before you even take a photo, whether you're using a DSLR or an iPhone like I do at times, make sure you have the RAW feature enabled or turned on. Therefore, you get ultimate control of how your photo will look once you start editing it. When you capture photos using JPEG, the sensor and system within the camera, whether you're using a DSLR or an iPhone, will automatically detect what it thinks the scene should look like, therefore restricting your range of editing your photos. That's something that you don't want. While it may work at times, it's not always the best, especially if you're taking photos for somebody or if you're using it to try to monetize your work. So that's something to keep in mind. Till next time, I'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.